Ooh, look at that fun artifact there. That green, lovely screen. That's charming. Hello, everybody. My name's Matt Manhattan. You can see me on a green. Yeah, green today. I have a great green blob. Let me let me fix that. Uh, Lovely technology. Why don't you introduce the fine stream here in DMX while we sort out this
So we
technical.
have this green screen guy working with me
Mhm.
on this lovely game, and yeah, hopefully he apparates at some point. He's going to use some techno magic, so maybe he'll get to be first rank technomancer by the end of the evening.
Ooh, Technomancer. We're playing
We're
Starfinder
picking up
now.
with the story of maybe, maybe we should. Um, um, we're playing these characters you see below our pictures, um, and you see the pictures of them through this adventure in the forest that is a deep, dangerous, dark forest in a setting that we're working on homebrewing and creating. And it's one I came up with partially and asked Matt if you'd help me come up with making it a more fun catastrophe. And it's been wonderful so far.
Yep. That's good. Very good. Um,
Hmm.
would you do me a kindness and
Okay.
maybe just Discord
Get you the
me
link.
the link again, just in case it's
Yep.
broken?
That's it. I'm wondering if it switched, but there you go.
Top. There we are. Good, good, good. Here I am. Good to see
Hey,
everyone.
techno
All
wizardry rank one.
right. With some tech support help. All right. So, yes, we are back for some Eolas. We have our lovely characters here. Um, Now the other one isn't right either because why would it be? Why would it be DM next? You can't
I mean,
possibly like.
I don't know, man. I've had a day myself, so
Hmm. What am I?
let
Source.
alone with anyone else.
Uh, Refreshed it. Yes, it has. Good. Okay.
You good?
Yep. Okay. So, um, last time on Eolus, we were here in the Forlorn Forest. We helped a group of spider people known as Zanardi against some very pestilent fungi that were releasing spores upon death. Mm.
It
And
was crazy.
upon defeating them and saving, was it all the yeah, it was all of them. They uh, they invited us back to their little community where they appreciated our first aid assistance and where we learn a little bit more about what's going on here and where um, yeah, we let them know what we're doing and what we're trying to do at least in the search for food. They also let us know that the spiders that we encountered over this big chasm um, have a language,
Mhm.
and that possibly they can be taught to. Um, but to this point, we have not been able to learn that language or any words therein. Found it a bit hard to pick up, at least initially. We thought that if we were going to
Yeah, we
cross
all
back over, like
kind
it
of butchered it pretty bad.
might be a good idea to learn even just a word or two would have been helpful, but apparently it's really difficult. Or we're just distracted by other things. Who knows? One of these things. And we
Or all the
have
above. Yeah.
a cart that's either being made or has been made. I can't remember which one it was, but the Anadi are helping us by constructing a cart with which to move the food, meat that we have managed to procure off the bison that were gathered down at the local drinking pond.
Mhm.
I missed anything. Welcome
No, I
in.
think you pretty well summed it up there. That was pretty good.
Welcome in, Silver. Good to see you. Being here. Always appreciate it. Cool. So that's where we are at the moment.
Indeed.
So, checking in with you then. How far is this cart away as far as time? Are we going to have to sleep? It's probably a good plan if we haven't already anyway to have a full rest. I'm not sure if we did that. Let's have a quick look. Quick look.
Um,
We have not.
we had talked about um, creating a device to allow us to carry a little bit more um, via, it's not a wagon, a primitive sled
Mm-hmm.
that allows them to carry a bit more because they're dragging instead of carrying.
Yeah.
Um, so we were talking about that because you can drag more than you can carry.
Yes.
So they had that procured so they can carry more of the bison than they'd otherwise be able to.
Indeed. Very good. And is that under construction or do we have it now?
They had finished it for us because they had done it that day while we were harvesting the bison, and then the next morning we were leaving. Yeah. Sorry if I'm looking off the screen. I'm trying to think and remember
No, 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 no.
things.
You're good. You're good.
So yeah,
Excellent. All right, so we have that. A
just thought I'd
little,
make sure viewers knew that I'm not trying to like ignore. I'm just thinking.
yeah, little cart sled thing. And yeah, we are going to have a full rest if they don't mind, if the Inati don't mind.
Yeah, yeah. They said we could stay there for the day as we harvested and prepared, and they also told us that plant that Nishmiko knows about that they said they could use to help cover up the smell of the meat because having a bunch of fresh meat is a big view of attracting predators.
Mm.
Fresh meat.
Alright, it's good to be on the lookout for that then. Wonderful. So, upon waking up in the morning, we know that we need to get a move on and start heading home.
Hmm.
So, unless you have anything extra, gonna move us up this way. Is there anything else that you want to do or say on this map?
No. Okay.
Okay. So, we will make our way back through the forest to the only sort of crossing that we have, which is where those spiders were. Did the
Yep.
did the Anadi maybe give us anything that we could or ideas of maybe if we can harvest something in the natural resources around to appease the spiders and maybe communicate through just not words but through gifts?
That hadn't been brought up last time. So they hadn't. Potentially something they could have done. I will let you make a judgment call on that, as I am dealing with a small human.
Okay. Well, let's say that we haven't done that. And we face this very large rope bridge again. We know that it is sufficient for crossing, as we have done that once before. Hello, small human.
She's twisting and turning and now spewing because she's bending herself so much. Instead of
Yeah.
cooperating with me.
No, no, it has to be bending and twirling and
Yeah,
all the things.
you have to double over as hard as you can to make yourself, spit up your food. Because why would you not? Why would you be calm and gentle? Hey, can you chill? Of course not.
No.
All right, you lead the head. You lead for now because of this, and then I will step in more momentarily.
All right. And so as we begin to cross, um, we see one of these spiders um, standing on the rope bridge in clear view, which is unusual because when we came upon them last time, they struck from a hidden and hiding perspective and kept on phasing out and reappearing
Something just happened.
elsewhere. Um, and this one is in clear view instead of hiding or otherwise ethering, I guess, ethereal step, is in clear view and seems to be standing upon the rope bridge. Um, and seems to be watching us carefully as we cross, full view of us. It does have a single gossamer thread that is attached to the large knuckle of this massive skeletal hand that covers that crosses crosses the chasm, um, but is not hanging upon it. Instead, is stood upon the rope bridge with that gossamer thread attached, just in case things um, do not go well for it. Um, but still, it is perhaps not as expected and not as what happened last time. Um, so
Sounds good. That would be very odd. So, animal handling, would you say, to figure out what's going on with it, or perception? Now I can't hear you.
he did not know that these creatures had language, because they did not speak. And something that I have here, now that he knows, um, is his animal order, I believe. Let's see. Pretty sure we have, yes, we have here. Animal empathy under voice of nature. You have a connection to the creatures of the natural world that allows you to communicate with them on a rudimentary level. You can ask questions of, receive answers from, and use the diplomacy skill with animals. In most cases, wild animals will give you time to make your case. This is something that he has. He has not used yet, but it's something that he has. And so Nashmiko would say to his companions, it looks that we have some sort of difference in what might be happening here. Let me see if I can perhaps communicate. Watch my back. He will step forward. He will move to here just so that I can still see him. Sort of neutral ground in between the spider and the party, closer to the party than the spider. He will be unarmed, and he will attempt to use his voice of nature, animal empathy, to communicate on a rudimentary level, ask questions of, receive answers from, and use the diplomacy skill upon this other spider. Now, he's not very good at diplomacy. In fact, he does not
Sounds good.
really have very much, but he is just going to start to attempt to speak to this creature using this ability that he
Hope for the
has.
best.
And I will roll to see, perhaps just on the d20, how he does. Low will be not so
Yeah,
great, and high will be decent. On the d20, I have no modifier, so it's just a flat roll, pretty much. And we rolled low, so we didn't do especially
makes
well.
sense.
But the other spider
Got a
does
5. Oof.
understand, at least, because it literally says he can communicate. Whether he does a good job of it or not is a thing. Now, something that I need to tell you in relation to this, and in potentially because there might be a difference in the response that you are thinking. Given that you created these creatures and not me, I have given
Mhm.
them an additional layer of story which I have not informed you of. And so, in the background, something is the reason for their attack here, above and beyond hunger. Hunger is probably part of it, and that's how you described it when we had that attack. But there is another element that maybe has even happened between us crossing and not. I don't know, but it's up to you if you want to weigh in on that and how much this makes sense
Okay.
to you. But something has happened, and that is that a number of their kind have been taken by another creature and have been essentially um, against their will are gone at the moment. Um, and maybe they've had time to investigate. I'll let you decide whether they have had time to investigate or not. But what they know and what has irritated them so much in an above and beyond being hungry is that some of their kind have been forcibly taken.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what would be a valid option of creature or thing to acquire them, as you put it.
So I have a story that I am going to be telling here as to what that
Okay.
is. So, but why I'm presenting you a blank check for the moment is to so that you decide whether they have investigated this to find out what's happening or whether they haven't had time or opportunity to do so, basically.
I think they would at least some.
Okay.
How far, I don't know, but they would at least some. And it would make sense if it was their young, because
Yeah,
they're more easily manipulated and acquired than full grown, right?
absolutely. Yep. That makes sense to me. So, these spiders have managed to find out, and we don't know this yet. Our characters don't know this yet.
Maybe it's their
Spiders,
egg sac.
yeah, the egg sac, whatever. So what we know, what they know, not we, what they know is that um, a humanoid style creature, a bipedal creature that looks like a human or an elf, has come by darkness and has taken them. They followed along at a distance, not because they hadn't been aware of it, or they didn't really know what to expect. And they saw
Mhm.
a creature um, feeding upon their young, a humanoid bipedal creature feeding upon their young.
Sounds good.
And this creature was able
Way to see that.
to get away. Hmm? Sorry, I didn't quite hear
Okay.
your question.
Yeah, no, I said I could see that. I was pondering and evaluating,
And so
but yeah, that works.
things are a little more involved for them than they perhaps were. And that is why I have them in this different
Yeah,
position. And that may
makes sense.
influence how they respond to this pretty, frankly, poor diplomacy check.
I would think based on that poor diplomacy check, they would communicate roughly back with him. You're rejected, return with our young, and kind of gesture back the opposite way, probably towards where the culprit was, because all bipedals are the same. And most of us are bipedals, right? If you think about from an animal concept, right? They're spider kind.
Yes.
All evil bipedals are kind of the same, right? Like lizards consider all warm bloods the same, right? All smooth skins or, whatever. So I think it would make sense that they kind of consider humanoids as the problem. They may not be able to tell as well one humanoid from another.
So they're demanding the return of their
So I think it
young.
would make sense that they're like, go and bring our children back. Yeah.
Okay. Nishimiko will look confused, obviously, because he doesn't know that this has happened. And he'll turn to his companions and he'll say, friends, it seems that something has taken these creatures young. They are demanding for their return. I don't know where they are, but they've gestured in that direction.
I guess then mayhaps we go and investigate. No one deserves to lose their young.
Nishimiko.
They're just beasts. But if we must across, fine.
Miko will incline his head towards the spider and will acquiesce and say, well, into it. Do our best. I think the spider would like raise like uh its legs in a threatening manner
Its leg.
to
Yeah.
like show that it means business as far as this goes, and then
Hmm.
will climb up its uh, web and watch carefully as we
Basically
spider.
get positioned to attack,
Yeah, spider won't be here for
sort
long,
of thing. Yeah.
buddy. We're telling a story here. Yeah, and is gesturing off to the north.
It's not a normal spider, so at least there's that for him, right?
Right, right.
It's an ethereal shifting spider.
One that
Right?
can
Right?
vanish into another plane of existence. Yeah, nothing terrifying about that at all. It's good to see you,
Ah,
Cruelfang. I hope you're doing well today.
spider that can disappear and reappear. Yeah.
And so, yeah, we start to head to the
Welcome.
north. Are we like? I'm guessing that we
That's
might.
probably the only reason that they didn't.
Sorry.
I was gonna say that's probably the only reason they didn't attack us and think it was absolutely us is because we came from the wrong
We were on the
direction.
wrong side. Yeah.
Right. Well, I guess it couldn't be you, even though you're one of those nasty two legs. Yeah.
Good to hear that you're feeling a little bit better, buddy. Almost over the flu. That's good to hear.
Oof. Almost covered the flu.
Yeah, the flu is not nice. So yeah, hopefully you continue on a more healthy
Any
trajectory.
diseases.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm doing pretty well. DM's doing all right. You know, family things, hard life. You know. All right, and
Yeah,
so we will
family chaos.
travel
Yeah.
north.
Yeah.
So we, I think, might need to make perception or survival checks as we travel to see if we can figure out what's happened with these
Probably.
young. Miko will do some survival. Oh wow, righto,
Wow. He may not
righto.
be able to talk, but he can sure track.
Yeah. So Hist will immediately pick up on something and will be all a quiver. Actually, he is not his normal self. Darts back and forward and seems to be reluctant. Miko will sort of bring him in, talk calming words to him. But you can imagine his position to be similar to a horse who has just seen a rattlesnake or heard a rattlesnake and just being like is
Interesting.
yeah. So Hist is not okay, but Nishmiko is
Hey,
dealing with it.
lizard, what's wrong with your lizard?
He is not a lizard.
Got it, lizard. What is he then? A
Or
reptile?
akin to a bird with scales, friend. And yes, I
Bird
know
brain. Got
he
it.
doesn't have
Lizard, what's going
wings.
on? Bird brain.
Uh, um, yeah. So in response to,
Nizaru is a. I mean, he's an orc. He's an orc. Why would he be nice, right?
he's going to respond by saying something has hissed spooked, and I can say it has been a long time since I've seen hissed this spooked. I do not know what is out there, but this is not a good sign. But he will be able to follow it. And we're giving thanks to Dice Grimorium for the following map here. We go into the marshland. Well, they've called it a
Ah,
marsh,
cool.
but it's a deeper forest than what we have seen. It's darker, and
It's deep, dark, nasty forest.
mm-hmm. Um,
It's a good map.
yes. And something that you immediately will, well, pretty quickly at least, notice is all around this map you will see these little glowy greenish yellow kind of dots. Those are moving.
Mm-hmm.
Those are moving.
Mm.
And they seem to be like a
Uh-oh.
sickly kind of greenish glow. Um, and they seem to hover about. They're kind of like, very annoying blowflies that you can't, like, you try and shoo them away, but they just sort of cling to you. And, like, they're not like surrounding us or being aggressive. They're just kind of like everywhere. And they're just sort of hanging listlessly in the air and then just sort of floating before our faces, and when they touch your skin, your hair on your skin like sort of raises, and you feel like a shiver go through your body. It just does not. It's just not feeling nice or natural.
Interesting.
And as we move our way,
Nishimiko, do you
mhm,
know what these things are?
he will make a check to see if he does. Oh.
I mean, they divert to him since he's the nature one, right?
He like watches carefully, and he says, "It's a corruption. How to explain? I don't know what has made these this way, but this is not their normal state. They're normally vibrant, normally active, playful even. We call them dancing lights, but they are not normally this color, and not normally feel this way. It's changed them.
That does not sound positive. Is there a way to undo it?
Unknown. I have to
Yeah, let's
investigate
just kill
further.
him.
They're just insects, really. They will die quickly, just like slapping a mosquito off you. They're nothing. Harmless.
Nizaro will immediately start at even that get nearby. I don't need no corruption. Get rid of the vile things.
Yeah, if he contacts them with his skin, it'll feel weird to him, but they don't hurt.
He probably would have gloves in
Okay.
based on his picture.
Okay.
He had some sort of glove on. So he'd be swatting him with that or with his sword.
Yeah. There seems to be a
He probably gets a little bit on him at
yeah.
some point.
There seems to be a larger gathering of these things surrounding a out of place tree that you we can see through the mixture of trees. This one is not quite in a clearing, but it does seem to have a significant amount of space between it and the others, and it seems to have no foliage on it. But instead of foliage,
Mm.
you see traces of gossamer thread that have been ripped and seem to be hanging listlessly on the branches, caught in the wind, praying, dying. Yeah.
Interesting.
And yeah, there are many of these little.
Nishimiko, do you want to lead the way through here?
Whether I want to or not is not the point. I will. This is
Well, it's
where.
either that or
Yes, this is where the young went with whoever took them. So if we are to investigate, this is where we need to go. He will.
Well, I don't know why we're caring about what a bunch of sputters have to say. You're all strange, lugging our meat all over the woods for some stinking sputter.
It's not that far out of reach, but understood. Perhaps it is not the best course of action, but they did let us pass. Seem to be in some distress. Perhaps they will not be quite so violent against those that have helped them. Future.
Mayhaps. Or maybe they'll just eat more people for the fun of it. But we'll go with your theory of beneficial aspect. I say slay the monsters and be done with it. Onward then.
Alright.
Nishmiko, do not let him get to you. We should press on and find that.
Alright, as we continue on, begin to see in your mind's eye and just in the portents and signs around you, visceral images of your own deaths as you are traveling forward. These hover in your mind's eye. I am going to, as these begin to play upon our imaginations, in an encounter, have us roll initiative.
Oop. You had to turn on there twice. Somehow. It's all good.
Let's roll one.
There we go. I had the carousel to make things easier for us so we can chat and others the rolling window, but yet still have
Yeah, mine's formatted a bit differently.
control for the turns.
Okay,
I see
so
that.
spectral faces appear before you, before all of us. We see these spectral faces, mourning, frightening visions of death. Nishmiko freezes, just like, hold up. Don't know if you see what I see. Something is out there. He will try to figure out what this thing might be. Because it's very strange. Okay. Well, he certainly knows it's not occultistic. He knows that it's a haunt, religious. Oh no, occultism will actually be fine, but that's not enough. So he actually doesn't know anything. He seems very off guard, he will call Hist with one of his actions to come up here, and Hist is like looking around, seems nervous, seems to be shaking a bit, but will follow Nishmiko's direction, trusting in his guidance. And for Nishmiko's final action, he is going to seek. He doesn't know what's out here, he doesn't know what's going on. He wants to. He thinks that maybe something's lying in wait, so he's going to make a perception check.
Wow.
As he looks around, he sees that his companions, all of you, have ephemeral masks with horns, tusks, and yellow eyes over their faces.
Awesome.
And he feels that there is something very wrong here, and he will point that out. And that is his turn. So it is the malicious spirit's turn. They have a routine. 3 actions on their initiative. Uses its first 2 actions to attempt to terrify a random target in its area that is not already frightened. Because of this, I'm going to make Nishmiko already frightened. And given that Kamuzu
Okay.
is kind of closer, I'm going to target him. And so I'm going to pop up this will save. And I need a.
Awesome.
Need you to do that for me, Kamuzu. So that's 1 action. And then. So you're okay. Um. Oh, you've got cool things there. And then, given that Hist is a creature, Hist will also need to make the check. He's also close. He'll also succeed. On a success, you are frightened 1. So there's the frightened. There's the frightened.
Awesome.
And with its last action, so on its initiative, uses first 2 actions to attempt to terrify a random target, then spends an action to compel one of the creatures that it is frightened to harm itself with surrounding forest debris. Its strength fueled by spirit possession. The creature must make another will save. I'm going to do this against Nishmiko since he was the first one into the area. So I'm going to have him
Okay.
make that will save. He fails. And he strikes itself during its turn as a first action. So on his turn, next turn, Nishmiko will spend his first action hitting himself with that. So we'll try to remember that. We don't know that that's happened, but that is what has happened for
Wow.
Muzu.
Yep.
We won't know until Nishmiko's next turn, which is next round. So he just looks like really spooked right now. And you're seeing these visions because you are affected by the frightened. You are seeing your companions with ephemeral masks with horns and tusks and yellow eyes over their faces. And visions of death. Horrifying, awful, bad. What do you want to do?
Okay. I think he's going to do a religion check to try to resolve this. Can do as its spirit.
Seems
May be
reasonable.
wrong, but
Yeah.
seems reasonable. Yeah.
So with this, he does actually know that this is a haunt, so it is spiritual in nature. However, he doesn't believe that he has successfully calmed them down or exorcised them. Um, you believe that you can use occultism, religion, diplomacy, nature, any of those things to affect this in different ways. Occultism and religion would be used to exorcise the spirits that you can clearly see. You can lower the DC or mentally damage the spirits by using diplomacy checks. Nature checks will allow you to use Kami specific warding incantations. And yeah, you believe that those are
Since he already
different
did
ways.
religion, I think he's going to do something different because it would make more sense to do different things instead of the same thing all the time. Even though that realistically would be the best thing points wise. There
Nature
you go.
check to use specific
He's going to
warding
try 3
incantations.
variations.
Yep, so let's
And I
see.
guess we'll go for that.
Two
And that didn't work.
of those. A to use by warding incantation. Yeah, so he's succeeded at one warding incantation.
Yep.
He believes it's going to take a bit more,
Yep.
but he's made progress. Does he say anything to the
And that's his
others?
turn. So yeah, no, he informs the others of the aspects. So this is a haunt. It indeed can be subjugated with different aspects, and we'll pass on those details.
Mhm.
Um, I guess have him move up. It makes sense that he would do that. And have him do diplomacy. Oh,
Wow.
the odd
Diplomacy
beasts.
has
You're unwanted. Unneeded
calm the
threat.
spirits. Yeah, so given that we've made a successful ward and a successful calm, that's actually a critical success. Nazaru will notice that the ephemeral um, visages will start to dissipate. Um, but he does notice something. He notices that many of these shining green lights seem to be gathering in his peripheral, not along this tree like they were, but they seem to be all gathering around here through the forest, and they seem to be like all swarming together for some weird purpose. And
Okay. He'll point it out.
mhm.
Like,
But
Nishimiko, what is going on over there?
this is dealt with. So okay. I do not know. That
Okay.
is not their usual behavior. So we'll stay in initiative, and because that's happening, I'm going to roll initiative for this. Ooh, that seems about right, actually. So Nazaru, does Nazaru do anything else in? So he's successfully done a diplomacy check, right? Yes, only a diplomacy check. So he has a few more actions.
Um, so I guess Nishimiko would move up, or not Nishimiko, Nizaru would move up and take a defensive preparation, not knowing what's going on after pointing that out to Nishimiku.
Fair enough. Willow, well, be like, so, do you think we should do something about that then? Seems like something's going on. She will move toward it. Say 30. So that's one move. She's got. She does. Um. Thing. Maybe to about here. And she will defensively raise her shield. Just in case bad things happen. She looks off into the
Because we learned that
at the
raising shield
light,
is always a good option.
which is here. She's looking at it. She's like, "Whatever you are, if you can understand me, just dissipate, and nothing bad needs to happen." That's not a check. That's just what she says. She's already had her action.
Yep.
Miko will
Free
also.
dialogue, not diplomacy or anything.
Yeah, it's just like, so, can you not do bad things, please? Please? 25 feet, so
Oh,
he's
would
gonna move.
Kazuma still be frightened since he finished his turn, or that would have went down by one at the end of his
It would
turn?
have gone down by 3, 4, 5.
Mm,
And Shmiko will move into Willow's aura, and he will have Hist move into Willow's aura also, but try and be like forward of us.
okay.
That is all that he can do. Uh, at that point, the confluence of green lights fuses together. They all fuse together. And you see a shining green being emerge. Beacon of light. And will move up. Actually, fear would have gone away here as well. Here as well, because he did take his turn. Move up. And it does seem to have been moving toward Hist while he was afraid, but he's not anymore. It will make a strike against Hist. It rolls terribly. But you see a almost a tendril of electrical energy emanating off it. It's green though, instead of any other color that it might have been. But it sort of zaps, flicks in the air, almost like a whip, making a crackling sound, crackling sound. His manages to avoid it, and then it will become invisible. Sort of just like shoop.
Of course.
Yeah, we haven't had enough of those things, right?
Right? I mean, it's not like you experience what they're like as well. Which it's understandable why it gets frustrating when you're playing against that and like you don't have tools that can get it right.
Yep. So Kamuzu, having experienced things that go invisible or otherwise recently, what is he thinking and doing as he deals with this yet again?
Take a huge map dump in the forest because that's what a horse would do. Um, trying to think. Let's see, 35. We need to move up, that's for sure. Being very unhappy. He's going to move up and raise shield, kind of taunt the thing. Not that it'll be successful. And that's 3 actions. Zara's going to move up, trying to start surrounding the thing, but he has defense, so he is also going to use a means of defense, preparation to parry. Willow.
Hmm. Willow will attempt to enter her stance to inspire us martially. Seeds. Grants you +1 to attack rolls and saves against mental effects. Then move up. And she will seek. Oh no, she will raise her shield. Can do. Go. Going to seek. Oh,
Would have
oh.
done that with mine, but I figured I needed to get within range.
He will point
31.
out.
Beautiful.
He will point this out, and so instead of invisible, it will just be, I think, hidden. Point out. Let me just double check. Point out.
So you can at least target it.
Creature is undetected by one or more of your allies, but isn't undetected by you. You indicate that you can see that creature is hidden rather than undetected. So you still have to pass a check, but you know that it is right there.
Right.
So that.
That leaves him 1 action. Does he want to have hist or does he going to do something else?
Let's have a look at his spells here. He might just no, hist is right there, so he'll have hist try to hit it. So he needs to pass a flat check. which succeeds. Strike, which misses. 22 misses. And another successful. And another miss. So Hist takes 2 bites or talons at this thing. Jaws, yep. Trying to collide with it. Just bounces out of the way. So it's its turn.
Hmm.
So in this effect, with another use of this action, if it uses shock effect while invisible, lets any observer determine you making the will-o-wisp only hidden to observers until it moves. So we could just stay invisible. That's kind of awful. Nothing's hit it. So he's got
That's
one,
cheating.
two, three, four. Can you roll me a d4? It's gonna be just a clock. So it's gonna try to shock, given that no one's hit it. Okay. It's going against. Yeah. Misses.
Yay.
The arc of the electricity lets any observer determine its location, so it's hidden to all observers only instead of invisible. Okay, well, it's got bad dice. Kamuzu?
At least, at least it's taking a turn, rolling well and making it roll bad, right? Let's be happy.
It's still kind of hard to see this thing, but you definitely saw the trajectory of that green electricity. Very, very odd.
It's gonna move here, flank. Flanking is good.
King is good.
Does he need a flat check to target it?
Yes. It's hidden. You can seek it.
So he needs to either make a flat check or he needs to see.
Yeah, to make it concealed instead, which will reduce the flat check from a 10 to a 5.
Okay. And
This thing cheats.
what would the? It's a perception check, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it does. Perception check. Okay. Sorry, my brain after today.
Cool. It's a DC 5 now to
All right, 27.
target it instead of a DC 10.
So it's still though.
Nope. There you go. So this will be at multiple attack penalty, but you do get to see it, and we miss, even while flanked. Yikes! This is a comedy
Welcome
of
to me
errors.
playing.
Comedy of errors. All right, Nazaru. You see this thing, and it just dodges. Like that was a really accurate hit from Kamuzu. That's like 23. That would have hit anything that we have fought so far. I think.
Just about.
Pretty much. It's very accurate. You saw it, and you were sure that that was going to hit. especially because he's flanking. And you can see that he's flanking.
Dodgy. It's dodgy.
Freaking invisible. Bullshit. Sure.
Why is use not working?
Use isn't.
All right, I'm gonna take a look at that.
Probably because it's hidden.
I believe that would pass. Yeah. So it has no resistances or weaknesses.
So yeah, the text says a creature you can see.
Say that. Oh, he can't see it even when it's been pointed out. Okay.
It is
Well, then I guess he
hidden.
needs to seek first.
He knows what square it's in. Man, this is a circus.
Okay. So apparently, I just don't do anything because the dice that I do nothing.
Howdy, Azrael. We are up against some hootin' shenanigans here, as this thing just is dodgy as all heck. It's just one
Yeah,
will-o-wisp,
dodgy
but
meaning dicey.
it's just it's dodging everything. It hasn't hit any of us, but we also haven't been able to hit it. It's been very annoying. Okay, so it's hidden. Can I do anything against that? If it hits, I can. If it hits one of my allies, I can absolutely do something. I'm waiting for it to do that so that I can freaking reveal it. Because that's what Luillo does. I'm just waiting for that opportunity, but at the moment.
Yeah.
Alright, so we are going to. We are going to seek. That's enough. So flat check 5.
Hmm.
That passes.
You got it.
Strike.
So your dice aren't spiteful and angry at you. That's good. Hopefully they
Hits.
continue. Hey, you hit.
For 9 points. And raise shield. Okay. So, we do 9 points of damage to the creature. Finally, after all of that. Shmiko. Really have it. You can't see it. Our characters really aren't designed to see freaking hidden things. Oh, man. He's gonna make a perception check. Seek. He sees it. He doesn't know anything about it. But he needs to do something, so he's gonna try and cast fear on it. Because that
Sounds
will at
good.
least reduce its defenses, he hopes.
Right.
Now,
So I
I
will
need to
click
look
him
at something here. Of course.
Why do the dice against me so much?
Well, it wouldn't have mattered anyway. Little do we know, wouldn't have mattered anyway. Oh, it's damage of that type? Never mind. Unaffected. I was just looking at the immunities that it has. You can't be
Okay.
affected by that condition or any effect of that type. I'm not sure what that actually means. I've been playing Pathfinder for 4 years and I have no idea.
Which thing are you talking about?
Magic immunity? Is this immune to all magic?
Will-O-Wisp is immune to all spells except Force Barrage, Quandary, and Revealing Light. So I would say, yeah.
Okay.
It says immune to all spells.
So yeah, it would not
I
have.
believe this counts as a spell, does it not?
Absolutely, it does. He didn't know this, so he didn't. Billwith didn't need a save. It just, it just does. Whether it, yeah,
Wow.
nothing. Yeah, this is horrible. Willowith, and that's all his actions because he
Yep.
made a seek. So Will-O-Wisp
Yay.
is going to roll another d4. It's going to be 3. It's going to be against Kamuzu. And it's going to make a shock. Zap. Okay, so before I do the damage, Willow is going to Flash of Grandeur. We're going to give you Champion's Resistance. And we're going to make it concealed instead of hidden. Because it now is under the effects of Revealing Light, which is one of the things that you listed that it's not immune to.
Yep.
It is also
She's good.
dazzled as a bright, shining beacon of light just illuminates over the top of it, and you see the mark of Osiris. This this eye, stylized eye appear. Um, I think it's an eye, right, for Osiris. Anyway, whatever it is. Here over it, highlighted.
Yeah.
So now you can take that damage.
Awesome. And that was on.
Kamuzu, who has the effect, should have. Yeah, so he only takes 15.
Yay.
So
Wait a
that.
minute. Hold on. That wouldn't have done. Um, sorry. I just remembered he has that. So we should have done that. And I would have. That would have prevented it from being a crit, wouldn't it? No, it wouldn't, because that's 13. So he still would take the same. All right. All right. Well, it was worth it.
Yep.
Sorry.
No, you're good. It has done one action, so it will do another action. Sees this coming in from Willow, so we'll retarget onto her and needs to pass a flat check because dazzled. We're giving it its own bloody medicine. Passes. And a strike with map. Misses because she's got her shield raised. It's surrounded. Is revealed. I think its final action will be moving. Fly 50. So. Oops, that is the wrong thing.
Attack of opportunity, because I'm allowed to do that.
You sure are.
Technically, it's implement interruption, but same difference.
Here.
Serious.
Level 2.
Oh.
It moves over to the tree. There's something about that tree. Something about that tree. Muzu? You were all surrounding it. Now it's over at that tree. And you swear there's something about that tree.
Take a nap because the dice don't want me to do anything. Immune to all spells would mean attack spells as well.
Attack spells? Like what? Means
That's not going to do
if you
anything. Well, just
target
thinking
it.
like cantrips, like attacks.
Yes, that is a spell. Cantrip is a spell. Yeah, it's horrible.
That's what I was saying. So all his range capabilities are.
But also, we don't know that it's immune because we. Oh, he succeeded on his check, right? Nazaruk succeeded on his recall knowledge on this thing, right? Way back when.
He did.
Was it a
He
critical
couldn't
success?
exploit invulnerability. He could only do recall knowledge. Yeah.
Don't necessarily know that it.
I mean, we saw Nishmiko's thing fail.
We sure did. What does he want? This is a difficult situation. Sometimes those happen.
Nishmiko, should we continue to press the attack or should we move away?
There is something about that tree. Perhaps if we were to leave it alone,
Burn.
stay there. Or perhaps we can burn it down.
Okay.
Yes, that would be another option.
Move away or burn it down? I don't understand which one you're saying we should do. That's why I'm asking.
Can you isolate your fire so it doesn't catch around? We do not want a forest fire on our hands.
I mean, the tree is fairly isolated. Other than that, no, I can't.
We can isolate it. Set it on fire. That's probably way more than he should be able to say, but let's Let's have him say that cautiously fire might be good on tree. Something about that tree.
Because he'd have to use a torch to do it. That's why I was asking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we don't have fire in our repertoire outside of flint and steel and torch.
So I guess he'll take the torch and move up and stick it to the tree because that's basically what Nishmiko said. Or did you say to move away?
He said, "Fire, why not? Let's try." Like, yeah, may as well try.
Okay. So yeah,
And if it doesn't
use a
succeed, then
torch.
move away, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's worth a try. So he would have to, if he had his weapon drawn, he would have to swap with a single action to swap to his torch. He would
Right.
have to light his torch with an action,
Swap to torch.
and is moved. So
Yep.
that would be all of his actions. He would have the lit torch in his hand, but he wouldn't be able to interact with it on the tree just yet because he doesn't have the action. Not hasted.
Right.
Yes, he can have a lit torch in his hand. Do you have torches on the character?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where you click the light the torch option.
It is here on actions. Top.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
well, I totally missed that. Cool. Thank you.
it's okay. All right. So he's done all of his actions. Nazaru. You can see that Kamuzu has lit a torch, but he's been unable to set the tree on fire. Just
He's going to move up to the
Oof.
thing. Damage that expires.
So it's just
Ready to
concealed.
attack it, but he is going to. Right. So does that mean he can see it?
Means a flat 5. But yes. Yep.
Um. Sorry, brain.
That's okay.
There we
Nice.
go.
Very nice.
So now he is aware of it, and he can antithesis on it. So that's all he has, though.
Cool. Personal antithesis.
There you go.
Sweet. Right, so Willow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
He's the beast slayer, so he's going to focus on being a beast slayer.
1, 2. She is going to, instead of raising her shield, she is going to try and hit it. She needs a flat 5. She passes. Targeted. Whack. Nope.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yep. Nishmiko will move up to Kamuzu, interact with the torch, and interact with the tree. What do you want to roll for setting the tree on fire? How do you want to sort that?
I don't know. But yeah, he would let him take the torch if he wants to get and light it.
Yeah, that's what he wants to do. That's how he spends his turn.
Um,
Move, interact, interact.
I don't know. What do you think? For igniting it well?
Yeah, survival.
Hey, lady, I'll come.
Boom.
I'm just trying to think. It would make sense that there's some check on how it's done. Wow. Yeah. No, it's ignited well.
Yeah, so he sticks it right in there. Not a double entendre this time. And and gets it in there real good. Wobbles it around a bit, and moving on. The wisp. All right, I think it's going after
Yeah.
Nishmiko
Creates a
because
ring of fire.
Nishmiko is wobbling a torch in its tree.
Torch in the tree.
So it's going to move away, which provokes again. Provokes Nazaru's attack again. Feel free to just saw the trailer for Witcher 4. The
Yep.
trailer
I
for
saw
Witcher
that.
4. The game?
Apparently, you're going to be Siri, it looks like, for Witcher 4. Yeah.
Really? Okay. And she's a badass, but
I mean, I don't know why they'd have Siri be the next character, but it looks like that's what they're doing.
okay. Well, all right. Uh, is Nazaru making a implements attack of opportunity thingy?
Yes. If he can, he can't. You're not within 15.
No, no, because
That's what I was trying to check.
It
I was trying to
moved
remember what
from
I was
here.
checking.
Moved from here to there.
Oh, moved. Yeah. I was thinking the amulet one, not the attack of opportunity one, but yes, he should do the attack of opportunity. What? Because he's moving out of range, and that's kind of evident that's what he would do.
Yep.
But par for the course.
Half of the course. It will then target Nishmiko because Nishmiko has fire. Good job tanking, Nishmiko. Here's your damage, sir. You do that damage for me, and do we get a second attack? We do. You can take that one too. And he's out of range of Willow's freaking aura. So I can't even. Yep, is what it is.
Yep.
Alright, Will o Wisp is done. Muzu, just see it wailing on Nishmiko, green lightning slamming and crackling, cracking. Yeah, Witcher is a great franchise. Hopefully they do it
So
justice.
that's my concern is they're switching it, and I've had some debatable. I'm hoping they do it right.
Indeed.
So he will draw his sword because he no longer actually has his torch.
Give me a second. I
and
just
then
want
he'll
to
move
check.
up.
Before you go, I just want to check on something to see how long this lasts. For 1 round. So it'll be until Willow's turn. Yeah, so that's fine. Yep. Oh no,
And par for
because
the course, missed.
Cross miss. Yeah.
It would have been a 25, but still it missed because it
Man,
missed by 5.
this thing is something.
Dodgy, and I can't roll.
Well, the tree's on fire, so at least we have that. And I rolled really well to set that tree on fire, so. Ooh, nice.
Hey,
So you're gonna do 4 for the personal antithesis we figured out?
personal antithesis, which is
I think it was
I thought it
4.
was 2 plus level. No,
2 plus half level.
2 plus half level. Yeah, so 4.
Nice. Oof, that
And then he
really
can
hurt
attack
it.
one more time,
Not quite.
not make it. But he's not happy, so
Fair.
that's his turn.
Fair and reasonable. Hello.
Hey, Silex. Welcome
Up
in, man.
to it. Target it. Make an attack. Oof, just barely. Shield.
While you're doing that, I'm going to talk to Lady too. Lady, my only concern with Witcher is, like I said, they're doing different in that they're going to take away series abilities that they showed you in the first game, or before it was the third game, in that that will cause them to have similar issues to they have with other games where they took stuff away and that makes people angry because they're expecting it to be one thing. And if you don't do that, you immediately have problems, right? Quick sidetrack. We can focus now.
Yeah, so Nishimiko's going to activate Hist. I come to
I've heard a
there.
few variants, lady. You're welcome to mention the one you've heard. If it's the true one, definitely.
Oh, ho,
I'm not 100%
ho,
sure.
ho, ho.
Nice.
Yeah, I think it's not long for this world. There it is. Hist comes in, just swallows it whole. And as it's swallowed, the tree just catches full of light, just like,
Yeah, exactly. Silly.
and it's
And they
burning
don't have
with.
the
Sorry.
all
Yeah.
right, so the tree's burning.
Trees burning with bright green light. Great bright green flame. Green flame. But we dealt with the will-o-wisp. Bye bye. And we can finish initiative. Sweet.
Wait, item doesn't exist.
What item? What item were you looking for?
I don't know. It just popped up with that.
Ah, no, that's alright. Oops. Okay, so Will-O-Wisp dead. Well, that was unnatural. It looks like that tree's gonna burn a while.
Do we want to set up camp here? We have firewood already.
I mean, it's only been about an hour. We'd be wasting a whole day. We really need to be getting back.
Oh, fuck. Be all cranky, Willow. Your attitude is as solid as your steel plate and as cold. Maybe I'll warm it up for you a bit later.
I warm you up some death soup just for you. Alright, and with that, um, we can move forward. So it looks like the passage um, of the young and whatever took them leads up a incline, and there seems to be a broken hill up ahead. It looks like the broken hill has a great amount of um, rubble that is lining the gap in it, and the rest of the hill is about 20 feet up. You could potentially climb it, but this is it looks the easiest approach. However, is amassed with rubble across the whole surface.
Done. So, do we want to lead the way up the hill, or should someone else?
I'm happy to go. Right. Not sure how stable those rocks are. Looks like quite a bit of rubble. She's gonna make. She calls over Nashmika.
That's all right. They're about as stable as your emotions.
He will make a survival check to see if he thinks that there could be a problem. He says, I think that that rubble may indeed prove to be a problem. There is a safe path. If you tread closely behind me and lead the way, he will make sort of a strange kind of doubling back kind of path. You can easily follow it. Camusa's going to have the most trouble because he's a large creature. So the others can pretty much follow in his wake. Nshmiko will look back and say this and say that perhaps Kamuzu should go last in case he does fall and then lands on someone else. Everyone else can just follow Nishmiko in his tracks. Just because Kamuzu is large. So, I'm gonna just have Kamuzu roll a survival check. See if he can get through safely. Otherwise, you could potentially try an athletics to jump over and acrobatics to whatever is easier of those three. Oh, he easily jumps over. Clears it. He lands and he hears a cracking. As a falling tree starts to fall. It sort of goes this way. So, Nazaru, Nishmiko, and Hist, I need you to make that reflex save. Horse. Success. And a critical success. And a failure. So here's the damage.
Did you say Nazaru or did you say Kazumu?
I said Nazaru, Nishmiko, and Hist.
Okay. I did. Okay. I did Kazumu, not Nazaru. I need to do Nazaru. His is
Yeah.
different. My bad.
Okay.
I got
Fine.
the wrong name.
Fine. He succeeds
There
now,
you
so
go.
he'll take half. Hist will take none, and Nishmiko will take half. Still 17 points of damage as this tree smashes down. And as it smashes down, you hear a far off on the wind.
Mm,
What
on
was
the
that?
mic.
It sounded like a voice to me, laughing. What? Very well spotted. It's not really what I meant, but alright. You can see coming up, there is a path that emerges in this forest, and it seems to be leading up to some mostly ruined buildings. You see half intact stone walls coming up. Um, they seem to be maybe of a farmhouse, something like that. There's a few outbuildings and such coming up, but it is time for us to take our break. So, when we come back, we will
Yes.
be approaching the farmhouse and that strange voice that we heard laughing on the wind. Hope that you are having a good time. We'll be back in a few minutes with the second half. We'll see you soon. Stay tuned.
Some more low dice rolls.
We are back, folks. Good to be here with you all. Thank you very much for tuning in. We are playing our lovely characters here in the world of Eolas, following a beaten path through. In the middle of this forlorn forest, we find an overgrown, abandoned farmstead. Um, in ruins, a lot of stone buildings that are have collapsed walls. Some of them still intact, and uh, the first thing that you will notice as you approach this farmstead is a plume of smoke that is issuing from one of the buildings. And what I should do, probably, what would have been good to do earlier, but you know, life and stuff. Basic wall. So, what we should do is draw that, 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 just a couple to block vision. We don't necessarily know what's in there at the moment. Just going to draw some walls in here while we describe things. So you see a plume of smoke issuing from one of the buildings. I'll indicate that in a moment. And there is a delicious aroma that is issuing from said smoke, from said building, that is pervading the entire area. It smells absolutely glorious. I'll do. Um, you also notice
Mm.
that there is an intact working cart just here that seems to be laden with boxes and barrels. Um, you see a well, and you see a lot of gossamer thread. A lot of gossamer thread. Um,
Mm.
and you see cocoons of spider eggs, and you see hoisted up spider young who are not babies that have been tied up in their own webbing and restrained and suffocated by the looks, or suffocating in their own webs that are hanging from various locations here. And you see scarecrows that look to be um, like quite old, worn, pecked. You even see a crow or two perching on them because they're not so scary anymore after all these years. Um, Otherwise, it looks like an overgrown farmstead that's half ruined. That is the situation that you have come upon.
Sounds like fun.
Sure, let's use that word.
So, spider things. Nushmiko, I believe you were the most skilled in this task.
It looks to
Where's
me
the individual we're dealing with? And
that someone is hoisting
just
these bodies, feeding upon them. To know what would do such a thing. Seems barbaric to me.
on spiders is yes.
a few other things that you will note. Um, Flits of tiny movement catch your eyes from time to time as you approach and as you discuss the situation. And not super frequently, but every now and then, out of the corner of your eye, darting in and out of cover, are rats. Many rats. Not all together, not in a swarm, but you see at least 10 rats every minute or so darting in and out of various locations individually. So there might be one over here, there might be one over there, there might be one over there, and they just seem to randomly emerge, flit from cover to cover, disappear once more. You also notice that
Disturbing.
the smoke that is issuing from the building, which I will indicate now, this building, has a slight green tint to it.
Hmm.
If that what you will.
I don't know, man. Should have got a cat. Yeah, exactly, lady.
Half ruined and full of funnel webs and red backs. Yes, that would be amusing. Uh, Come to Australia, you might accidentally get yourself killed. All right. Yeah.
Right.
So this is uh this is fine. This is fine.
Pretty much.
And Shmiko's like, there does not seem to be many places to hide. Perhaps in one of these buildings or something nearby. There is definitely some smoke coming from that building, and what is that delicious smell?
Maybe it's a spider kebab for you. What do you think? Maybe a witch's brew. With how disgusting this place is.
Well, you smell like onion, garlic, herbs and spices on the
Mm-hmm.
smoke.
Newshour remembers a recent cauldron we had and is not very happy about the idea of another cauldron that is, debatable.
I mean, the last
Wasn't
cauldron
that long ago we had another cauldron.
smelt like, well, the worst thing that you've ever smelt. So this is a pleasant.
Right. But comparatively, it's pleasant. But he's a bit worried about it.
Yep, fair enough. And Nishmiko's not totally sure. He will make
I
a
mean, he's a
survival check.
monster hunter.
Wow. He looks around and he goes, if I was to guess, I would say that there's probably something in the well. With a 30 on the dice. But what or who would lie in wait in a well? I do not know.
Surely someone evil. Oh, come now. Let's just move in and see what we can do. Fine.
Um, one last thing
Nishmiku, why don't you and
as
your bird brain move in as well?
yes, one last thing as we do start to move in. You do notice that the smoke that's coming from that building is not the it's not the most obscuring thing that you can see. In fact, this whole little grove or area seems to obscure the sun, seems to be covered in a thick, sort of reddish green mist. Seems to
Hmm.
wisp around the buildings and obscure the sun from being able to shine directly into the area, despite the fact that there's otherwise a clearing. Size of some of these maps? What do you mean? Is this not realistic?
Context. Context.
Oh, yeah, Path
She
of
just
Exile
answered you.
maps. Right, right, yeah. They are
That's why I
huge.
said context.
They are massive. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, Najmiko will take Hist with him. That delicious scent. Oh, it is glorious. Seems to be coming from this building right here where the smoke is issuing.
Well, why don't you go in there and taste it then? I'm gonna stay on alert. Nishimiku, I'll be with you if you wish to do as he says, but I would say investigate where you feel is most prominent and important.
Something gotten into him.
Whatever.
Seems that his patience is been growing thin and his tongue has been ever sharper last couple of days.
Well, I mean, Beast Hunter and all that. Maybe he's too eager for more blood.
Hmm. See. Alright, he will move up towards this building. And he'll peer in and he'll say, "Hey, Zaru, guess what? I see a cauldron."
Great. And is it bubbling over looking like it's gonna explode and burn us all to death?
Funnily enough, no.
Lizard?
Why don't you come and throw yourself into it?
Because then I'd make it taste decent for a nasty lizard like you.
Who says you don't taste decent now?
Well, you want to eat the dwarf too? Is that what you're saying? Or you prefer a horse? I'm not a horse. I'm a centaur. We're very different.
Alright, can everyone make me perception checks as we get through?
Sure. I'm sure nothing bad could ever happen, and I'm sure I can roll exceptionally well on everybody. You may roll for your characters, or you got it.
Yes, please. Just, stuffing my face full of food. Alright, so Nishimiko and Kamuzu have noticed as they are approaching this building, rats are not the only movement. In fact, corner of your eyes, see something terrifying. This scarecrow here, its head was facing one way before. Took a couple of steps and towards the building, and you look at it again, and its head is no longer facing the way it was. It's facing right to. As you notice this, you see bright lights, green fire, green flame emerging from the two spots in its pumpkin head.
Wonderful.
Starts to move with violent precision. And I think that would be a good time to roll initiative.
You want all four of the scarecrows on or not? There you go.
Excellently done, sir.
Do we know that they're attacking or not?
Well, they're moving and they're acting violently, so yes. Looks like Kamuzu is the first to act, as he's one of the ones that sees this. Corner of his eye. It's like
The foul things are possessed. Strike them down in the name of Horus.
man. Oh, you got your second hit. Nice. Oh,
Yep.
strike it with your Kopesh, slashing away some of it. Miko, also one of the ones that spotted what was going on. We'll look at his line of sight. He says, I see another one beyond that building over there. Because there is a sort of line of vision. This hedge is not complete. So he can sort of see it through there. But for now, he's going to order hist. Move here. Making a single attack. Talon. Because his does not think that it's a wise plan to bite wood and straw. It's just trying to strike it with its claws instead. It's not managed to do that, unfortunately, because we rolled super low. Okay, some scarecrows. Its turn, in fact. Muzu, you're right next to it, and you're the one that hit it. So it's going to make a claw attack against you.
Yep.
Right. Oh. It will then make an intimidation check against you. as it sort of as green flame
Didn't
spurts
fail.
out of its
Really
eyes.
liked it.
And was that passed? Also, try to make an intimidation against Hist.
Against will? No.
Hist has a. So, demoralize. Let's just double check it. So. Yeah, only frightened one on if they succeed, which they haven't succeeded on either. Yours is 13. So yeah, you've got one. You've got one more than they rolled. So you just
Yeah.
scrape that by. But they're trying to be scary. One that Hist saw is going to
I've been traveling with Nazaru. You call that scary?
move 25. So 1, 2, 3, 5. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. Targeting Nishimiko with a strike. Points of damage, and then next Scarecrow. That was that. I'll do is I'll just do this. This one will move down. It will target Nazaru with a intimidation check first. That will scare him. Frightened 1.
Yep.
Just
Great.
yep, you've got it there. And then a claw attack. Hits. Well, that many. And then Nazaru, you get to go.
Great.
Actually, yeah, no, Willow has not gone, so she cannot do the thing.
Yep. Since it's right there, he's going to do that.
Fair enough. Ooh, nice. Yes.
26.
So
Probably
you
a
can
success.
determine
Is it a critical success or just a success?
normal success. Yeah, normal success. But
Okay.
you
Weak to
knew
fire.
that it's
5.
weak to fire. Yeah. And it's immune to a whole bunch of things because it's a construct. And constructs are immune to a whole bunch of
Yeah.
things. Bleed, death effects, disease,
It's a magical
doomed,
construct, so
drained,
don't try a lot
fatigued,
of things.
healing, non-lethal attacks, paralyzed, poison, sicken, spirit, unconscious, vitality, void. Nice, that's good amount of damage. Loop.
Mm, yeah, he's gonna go defensive.
Good plan. And then at the end of his turn, Frighten decreases by 1.
Yep,
And then the final Scarecrow
there you go.
is going to come around from here, approach Hist. Hist is getting unlucky today with his positioning and such, but luckily enough, creature rolled badly. Hello?
Yay!
Does she want to be closer to Nashmiko or closer to Nazaru?
Thanks for being here, Silix. Get some rest, man. Get feeling better.
What she's going to do is she's going to say this. She's going to say, I could, given that you have been talking back quite a lot, decide to leave you on your lonesome, Nazaru, but you know what? I'm a bigger person than that. I think you need to tame that temper of yours. Just like we're gonna tame these bloody scarecrows.
Aim obliterate. I love how she has to crit to do his level of damage.
That's his
Just because of
whole
all his
thing.
stupid modifiers to damage.
His whole thing is
Oh, I know.
damage.
That's the thing. It's
Her whole thing is
crazy. That's what I'm
defense.
saying. Like, just how much damage.
Ooh, what happens on a
Nice.
critical success?
You get an extra 40 points.
That'd be amazing. Sparring martial stance. Sparring martial stance. Success. Nothing extra. But it's all good. That's her turn. She hasn't raised a shield because she wants to be encouraging. Kamuzu. Thanks for being here, Silex. Appreciate you. Sleep well, buddy. Ooh. Nice. Nice. Alright. I'll apply that damage. So it was 22 there
Nice.
and 10 there. Yeah, very, very good. Shmiko's turn. He will order Hist.
Woohoo!
Back that one. Bringing that one down.
Yep.
And we'll move
Kazuma was going to go to
Hist
assist
there.
Nishmiko, but he's like, nah, we better get this one down.
And then Nishmiko, with his actions, is going to target this scarecrow And he's going to do something that he hasn't done yet. I'll try and grab it. Um, so, Fortitude DC. Yeah, not quite, unfortunately. Then we've got one last action. So he's going to cast Protect Companion. Boom. Okay, Scarecrow. What is that one? It is going to continue to attack Noshmiko. Why wouldn't it? Going to attempt a Haunting Assault, making 2 Claw Strikes and then a Demoralize. So, Claw,
Fun.
Claw, Demoralize. Intimidation. That'll work. So Noshmiko will be frightened. And then it will do another final attack. Because that was only 2 actions to do all of those things. Oh. Alright. Scarecrow that died can be removed. Next Scarecrow. It's got 2 things there. We're going to roll D2. It's going to be 1 for Willow, 2 for Nazaro. Attacks Nazaro. Making a claw. It'll be Haunting Assault as well. Miss. Miss. Intimidation. Probably is going to work. And final miss. Zaru, you will be frightened 1.
Yay. Because why not?
Why not?
He likes being fearful. At least he hits.
Does.
Oh, and does only 23 damage.
Boom. Kills that one.
Wait, you probably would have to go here because there's a wall there.
Yeah, I was going to say that. With his new vantage point, he sees that this cauldron has legs. Seems to be starting to stand upon them.
Oh, he's already saying he's going to have to kill it, just like the last one. He just will nudge Nishimiko and say, maybe you should listen to me more often, lizard.
Perhaps if you didn't call me lizard all the time, I might. All right.
Well, I mean, I called him Bird Brain. Should I call you Bird Brain? Or do you not have a bird brain like he does? You are a lizard, right?
Yeah. And he's going to make a haunting assault. 2 claw strikes and a demoralize. Claw strike 1. Claw
Okay,
strike
hold on.
2.
Does it have to be someone else or
Demoralize is
Hold
not going to
on.
work anyway, because you're already demoralized. Willow. Willow. Go 5, 10, make it to me. Maybe here. Oh, there's another one there, isn't there? This one. So we'll go in here. We'll target that one with a striking flail. Hit. 8 points. Yeah, I'm not sure where your 12 is coming from there, Nazara. I think we need to look at those calculations again. I think that they're wrong. Um,
Yep. I'm going to rebuild them, I think, too. The module
because
that should
he
help with
should
some things, but
have
it's not working
he
right.
should have the resistance, which is 5, and then he should have his strength, which is 4 or 9. 9 makes sense, but any more than that, although implement thing might
Yeah,
give
no,
another
we'll look
2.
into it.
But yeah, have a look. Willow has come in. She's struck, and she will raise her shield. It might be right. It just feels.
Well, implement empowerment. When you're holding a weapon, you can trace a magic symbol, causing it to deal an additional damage per weapon die. That's where it comes in. Implements empowerment.
Yeah. Okay, all good.
So it's legit. I was with you trying to figure out where it was coming from, how it worked. So now we know.
Oh.
That's what matters. It's important. All right.
I mean, they are meant to be damage dealers. So, marshals, damage dealers.
It's definitely that. I really do think like playing with him makes me more think that he is the right class for the Witcher class if you wanted to make a Witcher. Like they truly do feel like beast slayers. Because like he can use his sword and do, the silver sword damage, right?
Yep.
Boy, vulnerability, go right through.
Muzu?
Oh wow.
Oh, jeez. Not long
There
for
we
this
go.
world.
Yeah, that was a big hit. You
And
still
another
hit.
one.
Almost a crit. Well, apparently he's rolling pretty good now, finally.
Yeah? Very, very, very nice.
That, did you do the 12? Yeah, 24 and 12. So that's 36 damage this
Mm-hmm.
turn.
Yep.
That's
Mine both.
solid.
Very solid. Nashmiko will try to grab again. Not sure. Six check. There we go. So he's gonna grab it. And then so I have a special feature that I'm not going to use, but I'll just mention it. So something that he has is elbow breaker. So he can make an against a creature that he has grabbed or restrained. He can make a unarmed attack for a single action, and if he succeeds, he disarms as well as making the attack. And if he critically succeeds, he knocks an item out of the creature's hands, just as you would for a disarm. So he gets disarm and attack uh, for one action. But this thing has claws, so it's not really going to affect it. So he's
Yep.
not going to do that. But he's got it grabbed. And he will. You know what? We'll do that anyway. We'll do it anyway. We'll do an elbow breaker. We're going to make a claw strike. Desert map. We still hit. But there's the damage of the claw. You weaken your target's grasp on the item. Yeah, it's only a disarm. So yeah, it just takes that damage. It's still damage. Any damage is good damage. He's got it grabbed, and he'll take a action to continue his tech companion. That will have one off. So, and making him do attacks is just going to be at like such low chance that it's not really worth it now. So we have Scarecrow, who is grabbed. He's going to try to hit Nashmiko with a Haunting Assault. Miss. Hit. And station. Oh. So gonna be frightened again, but he takes 10 points of damage. Boop. Ah, this is fearsome battle. Zaro. See that this one's nearly dead. Taking the lion's share.
Yeah, he's
of the
going
damage.
to turn and slash at that one.
Ganging up is always a good plan. Nice, you hit it. Only because of the flank too. Every +1 matters. Every +1 matters.
Indeed. 26 is pretty good too.
14 4 4.
Then he's going to turn back to the other one. Ooh, strike that one too.
Oop. Persistent and deadly.
You know what? He's gonna beg that the map won't mess him over, but he is really not happy with these things. Wait, no, I untargeted him on accident. Oh, that'll hit.
It'll hit.
Yeah, that just checked. That's why I said it'll hit.
So it'll probably die.
I was going to do something else, so I was unselecting him so I didn't accidentally, and then I was like, wait, no, I do want to. Ooh, low damage.
Yeah, still dead.
He rolled two twos. No. Think about it. He rolled two twos and got 16.
Yeah, so
It's
4,
absurd. These are the damage dealers.
and then it's 4 for strength, 4
Plus
for
12.
implement, 4
It's 4 implementation, 3 strength, 5 for his
weakness. Yeah,
exploit vulnerability.
crazy. All right.
So yeah,
And with
that's at
that,
a plus 12. That is absurd.
the cauldron will.
Oh, you ended the encounter?
Yeah, we're done. All of them. Cauldron
Okay.
is going to drop onto its bottom, and you will not see its legs anymore. It saw what you did, and it's not having it. It's not having it. It's like, you see nothing. You see nothing. Okay. So,
Nazaro's going to head for it with his blade out like he's going to kill it. He's going to have some murderous look in his eyes heading right for that cauldron. So unless someone says or does something, he's going to go in and kill the thing. He saw it have legs.
yes, he did. Miko will not say anything. Like, he's got a rage like a barbarian, this one. Somehow against everything that can produce food, yes.
Looks back at him. Does that mean I should kill you since you can acquire food as well?
Can certainly try.
28 against the cauldron.
Oh, yeah.
That's crit success. So he knows it is a construct and it uses its lid to attack and it can swallow things and grab things. And
It can't swallow
so he's
you
like,
because you
this
are
is a
not.
nasty, foul construct. Kill it.
Yeah, you need to be small or smaller
Mhm.
for it to swallow. So it can't swallow you, but it can
Right.
swallow small things. But yeah, you
He's like,
can.
help me kill this foul thing.
I don't know that you need help. Roll your damage, sir. Let's see it. Alright, so this is what it does. Boom. Oh, Nazaru. I think it's dead. You are muted, sir. You are muted. What is? Yeah, I don't hear you, DM. I'm sorry. Do you?
So he comes back out and is like, that's what we do with beasts. Anyone else here a beast that needs to be slain using that kind of an effect?
Okay. You hear a voice echoing out of the well. It says, "Did you spoil my?"
I kill monsters. Are you a monster? Come out and I'll kill you too.
He says, "I am Lestat Baki." I Nazaru, it's been a little while. Been a little while. Uh, so tell me about your training.